Hello, I'm so delighted that I'm back here. I hope that you're doing well. I hope that January has been fantastic. I hope you are crushing those goals. I hope that God's grace has been sufficient for you. I hope that your families and all your loved ones are doing great. I say a prayer for each and every one of you that the Lord bless you, the Lord keep you, the Lord cause his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace throughout 2025. We are now on the third part of chapter 45. Mhm. So if you haven't watched part one and part two, come on, so that you follow, you should watch those ones. I highly recommend them. But if you're just happen to come across this video for the first time, yeah, you can continue and then you can go back and watch the first two. We are now on number 23. And I'm just going to continue from there so you can catch up on 1 to 22 after this one. Number 23 is one of my favorite sayings. It says it is when you wake up that it is morning. Translated to mean it is never late for anything. So maybe 20 years ago, actually, yeah, I can relate with this example. So maybe 20 years ago, 20 years ago, you had wanted to do something and you didn't do it then. Maybe you procrastinated, maybe the time wasn't just right, and now you're revisiting that activity, that goal, that desire. You're wondering, am I not too old for this? You're not too old for anything. You want to do it? Just go for it. It is when you wake up that it is morning. Number 24, focus on the blessing. There's a tendency, you see, I made this video, I think it's one of my first videos on the channel. It says, and it's so funny how everything I say on the channel is always something that I've said. I just think that people have a calling and you will find yourself just revolving around that calling. So you probably be saying the same thing, repeating the same thing, just have the same message in different forms. That's what I see happening with me. I just, on this channel is specifically to help us on our thriving journey, right? And the rules, and I think the rules to thrive in life are the same. No matter how we dice it, no matter how we paraphrase it, and just color it, had a lot of color to it, it's the same. So I find myself just repeating, but I think the repetition is good. We need it. We forget, so we just need to keep hearing it. I'm talking about myself. I'm not talking about you. So, well, this one says focus on the blessing. So that video that I was referring to is everything good will come. And in the video, I mentioned something like there would always be something that you want at every phase in your life. Once you have one thing, then you need another. I don't like giving examples, but just imagine that you are hoping that you get to a particular level in your life. Once you get to that level, there will be something else. There will be another level that you want. And so you'll be cheating yourself if you spend so much time wallowing in self-pity over what you don't have, rather than focusing on the blessing that you have, because you must have hit a particular level to want the next level. You finished kindergarten, that's why you wanted to go to elementary school, that kind of thing. So focus on the fact that you have that kindergarten certificate and you can apply that to whatever areas of your life you feel you should. Number 25 says socialize often. So many research and studies have shown that socializing helps people. I mean, it's one way that you can release joy into your life. You can save yourself from depression. But again, the greatest book of all times says it as well. The Bible says, do not forsake the assembly of other people. And that's also to socialize. It does wonders for your soul. It actually helps your soul. So make sure you surround yourself with people that you love to be around every now and then. I'm an introvert, so trust me, I don't go out often at all. But when you do go out, and these are people that are good for your soul, you'll be glad you did. 26. Oh, You see, if you just look at somebody or you look at the situation and you come to a conclusion, more often than not, you're wrong. So number 26 says, don't be quick to judge. Do not use surface. Do not use your own past experiences. Do not use your own frame of reference, your own worldview to judge a situation. Don't be quick to judge. If you don't know anything about it, don't know anything about it. Don't make conclusions. Just get to know people, get to know situations before you come to conclusions. Number 27, there are so many of us in this world. We are so unique. Our journeys are different. I think what we owe ourselves is, we owe each other is just empathy. Just have empathy. Just have empathy for people, for the world in general. It's good. Number 28 is advocate for yourself. You see, the older that you grow, don't leave the don't outsource your own defense. This might apply more for people that are in career and you sometimes feel cheated because you didn't stand up for yourself, you didn't speak up, you didn't just advocate for yourself. That's not necessarily to put other people down, just but make sure you be your own advocate in this life. Overall, Jesus is our advocate, but in your day to day, be your own advocate. Prioritize your family. You need family all through your life. You need whatever family means to you, whoever has proven to be family, whether it's with people that are blood or people that are not blood relatives, just prioritize them. Make sure that you don't just suddenly all of a sudden come into some circle of friends and then those ones take priority over your family, and then your family needs you, but then you prioritize friends. Friends come with seasons. Sometimes there's a general saying that says 20 friends cannot play for 20 years, meaning that you move on, your friends move on, your family stay with you throughout life. Prioritize them. Number 30 also is a follow on. It says have a go to circle if you can. Just have a group of people. Usually it's always close knit that you see when life just does what life can do, you can count on them. They will show up. So if you have also been following on the channel for a while, I lost my sister. And that moment when I lost my sister, some of my friends, the way that they showed up for me, the way that they were just worried about me and they showed me care, the way that they showed love to my family. One of my friends, then my mom was in another city for a while. My friend's house was so far and she was willing to go. She was like, why didn't you tell me mom was around? Meanwhile, she had even traveled out of the city to see my mom earlier. She had gone for the burial. I mean, have a go-to circle. Number 31, when you see, the older you grow, just keep asking for wisdom and discernment. Wisdom and discernment. Wisdom and with discernment. You need it for life. You need it for life. I cannot say more than that. I think it's self-explanatory. You just need wisdom and discernment for this life. Number 32, you see, again, wisdom and discernment will teach you to let go of people, to let go of jobs, to do things that you ordinarily wouldn't want to do. So number 32 says be comfortable with tough decisions. Just be comfortable with it. And number 33 is linked to number 32. Don't worry too much about what people think. It's one of my senior colleagues who told me years back that people evolve. And so if you worry too much about people's opinion, you'd be surprised that so for instance, maybe you don't do something because people told you not to do it. Someone told you, some group of people, just a person, whatever, told you not to do it. You'd be surprised that 5 years down the line, if you're having the conversation with that person and you're telling the person that, I didn't do this because you told me not to do it. The person is going to look at you in utter disbelief and amazement. I'm like, when did I tell you that? Because that person has most likely changed their mind about whatever it is that they told you at that time. I mean, so this is the way I wrote it. Don't worry too much about what people think. More often than not, they are not thinking about you. And even when they have opinions, those opinions evolve. So back to whatever number that was, be in the driving seat of your life. It's been fun doing this, I must say. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have enjoyed reading out all those things that I wrote as the opening of chapter 45 of my life. And we are on to the last one because we just have 12 more to go. And we'll do that in the next one. In the meantime, I pray that the Lord bless you and the Lord keep you. The Lord cause his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace now and always. Take care of yourself. Don't you ever forget. I love you with the love of God. But God, who is good and gracious, deeply, deeply loves you. Bye.